All right, Beer Night followers, we are back. Brand new year, 2025.
It's back. It's like we never left.
It's been like, I think our last episode was 26 Halloween.
Months ago?
Halloween.
It feels like it was a long time ago. Halloween.
I tried to get one in December, it just didn't work out.
What month did we in? January?
January
Halloween.
now. January 15th.
All right. We're going to do one episode per quarter now.
I think that's what it is. It was a struggle trying to figure out
Lean and mean.
time.
They're not going to overload you with content
No.
fucking CW.
No. CW, no.
Yeah.
No CW.
You're going to keep you
DC content.
thirsting for more.
Yes.
Right?
We got to leave you with wanting more.
Yeah.
We don't give it to you.
Exactly.
But this is on the crust. Next month, like in about 2 weeks, is our 5-year anniversary show. So we're going to celebrate it now because 5 years we've been doing this damn thing, because we probably won't do an episode next month. So we'll celebrate now. It is 5 years, episode 27 of A Beer Night.
It's a good thing we have 2 beers to review because,
you're talking me two beers.
Two. We're doing 2 again,
again
for the second episode in a row, although it doesn't really feel like it's in a row. But, in celebratory fashion, we have more beer.
More beer?
More beer. Stouts. You wanted to do stouts for the winter time.
Winter, Christmas kind of. I feel like stouts fit with that.
Yes, because these aren't big enough as it is. We need 2 stouts. It's just 2 meals basically. Going back for seconds.
My goodness, this just you're gonna love the end of this episode.
Hitting the buffet, yeah.
And this time we're going straight through again. No stopping, no segments. Straight through podcast style like we did last time. Only like 12 of you watched that one, but
we could always, to maybe increase the viewership, you could always still cut them down as if they're segments.
Yeah, we usually I'll cut them down every now and then.
Yeah, but the recording will be seamless.
Seamless, just
it will
straight
be organic and seamless. No cliffhangers.
And I got a little, like, someone like at my work told me, like, you guys sound like scripted. How do we sound scripted? All this is improvised. We do not sound scripted.
Wait a minute.
How is this shit scripted?
Hold on. You think this shit sounds scripted?
Yeah.
I want to know, what the fuck do they watch to think that this sounds scripted?
So I write all my fuckings in there. Every line, I gotta have my fuckings in every,
They must have not watched it when I used to drink every time you would say fucking. That's old school beer night right there.
Unscripted.
Yeah.
Filter.
Thank God. Can you imagine if we wrote this shit? We'd be the worst writers on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. And it would take a lot more effort to write this dog shit. It's a lot of effort for nothing.
Yeah, so get us unedited, unfiltered, and unscripted.
Yes. Thank Christ. Speaking of thirsty.
Yes.
I think
is
I'm pretty
beer
sure we have
time,
beer.
which is down there, and I got to go get it.
Yeah. Because it was, warm, and we are unscripted and unplanned. It's very by the seat of our pants, so we have to take every minute possible to get these fucking things. Oh, there they are. To get these fucking things cold. And, okay, well, that's going to be yours, because now it's shaking up. Make sure that's closed all the way, will you?
It is closed.
Did we script that? The fridge not closing properly?
Maybe not, maybe so.
Okay, so what do we got here?
What do we got? What do we pick?
So this is from Epic Brewing. Mm-hmm. It's called the Big Bad Baptist. It is a cinnamon roll stout. Mm-hmm. So you guys can see the cover there. Big Bad Baptist by Epic Brewing. I don't know why I picked this. It's just like we were looking at stouts. I'm like, cinnamon roll. I mean, I guess that sounds kind of good, right? Let me read the description.
Yeah, go for it. It's what it says in the script. You read it.
I'm also the one that can read here.
True.
Steve would be like, Imperial. So, Imperial stout aged in whiskey barrels with cocoa nibs and cinnamon bun flavor. So, it sounds pretty good to me. And we decided to just not go with a straight stout. We decided to go with flavored ones.
I like flavored ones better though. For me, just to me,
it felt right for a beer review. Maybe next episode, 6 months from now, we'll do a pure stout for the purists out there. For the purists,
yeah, maybe.
Not
it
one of these fruit
doesn't
ones.
show the percentage here. I don't know what percentage it is.
It's Imperial. We know that, so that means a
lot. a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But how are we doing this? You gonna put it all in here or just half? Because we're
We're going all in.
We'll do all in.
We're going all in.
All in.
Why not?
AEW all in.
Stop it. Nobody even knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. No one watches that.
Yeah, we have more viewership than they do.
That shit's on Max now, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What are we talking about again?
Yeah. Some cheap-ass wrestling company. Oh, yeah, it smells. Woo. That smell, I like it.
Does it smell good?
Oh, yeah.
It pours like exceptionally smooth. Like I almost had to pour it harder to get more bubbles going, more of the carbonation release.
Sorry, my scripted cough there.
You coughed over my time. Your scripted cough. You know what's funny though is your coughs are actually the most scripted thing because they're like clockwork.
Yeah, exactly. It smells cinnamon roll like. I love it. It smells fucking.
It smells really good actually. It really
like
does.
It's gonna be delicious. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, cheers.
I don't mind if I do. It's pretty fucking good. As it sits with you, though, it kind of morphs. I'm like, okay. I'm not sure about the aftertaste. It's a little sweet. The initial taste was it was butter, right? It was beautiful. Now as it's sitting with me, it kind of gets just a little too much. Just a little bit.
I'm not getting.
You're not?
No,
I am.
To me, perfect. It's got that perfect cinnamon spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not strong. It's not like faint. It's like perfect cinnamon spice. Right
this
there.
is dangerous as an Imperial because it really encourages you to keep drinking. To me, anyway. My impression, because I don't like the aftertaste so much.
I don't mind it.
So but the initial taste is just like it's right there. It's good, really good. So it encourages me to want to keep swigging.
Yeah. So I'm not getting really a strong aftertaste. Really, to me,
it's not strong per se. It's just a little too sweet for me. When it sits with me for a minute,
getting it sweet.
It's just a little bit for me. Like it's kind of like I don't know. It's because sweetness in beers always kind of throws me off a little bit, even though it works for a stout because they're typically very dry and bitter.
Yeah.
Dry is not really the right word. It's just kind of what it came out. But bitter and super malty and kind of like but not malty on the sweet side like an amber ale, more on the bitter side. Coffee kind of flavored, if you will, which is good. I like coffee, black and bitter and like I like espresso, for example. So
I don't like coffee at all.
Here, no wonder you wanted cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Bar she blows. Excuse you.
Excuse me. It goes down pretty smooth though. It hits you hard, but it feels like it. At the end, it goes smooth.
It's really good. Like it's really well done. Epic Brewing. Like even though I was kind of saying the aftertaste kind of is a little much for me. Like I don't know if I can have more than one of these. It's still a really good quality beer. And the flavor is like because when I saw cinnamon roll, I was like, okay, this could be very hit or miss. It's definitely not a miss, and they did a very good job with it for sure.
Where is Epic Brewing from? I don't know if it says.
This is the scripted research that we do around here.
Oh, Salt Lake City, Utah.
The Utes.
All right, doing some epic things over there.
I think they're a jazz fan.
Yeah, maybe
Jazz fans. There's probably more than one of them that work at the brewery. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I
wonder if they have this on tap over there. Probably not.
I kind of want to go to Utah and check this place out.
Yeah.
Because breweries always have their best shit in the tap room, not released in cans or anything like that. They always have their best stuff in the tap room.
Baby.
That's where you go. I'll never forget. Side story, tangent here. Going to, I forget the name of the city up north of San Francisco. It's like 45 minutes to an hour north of San Francisco, where the Lagunitas brewery is. Mm-hmm. Lagunitas is very famous, nationwide IPA, But they had some amazing beers that they don't sell anywhere, but they have them in their tap room, they were really good, and it was a really great brewery too. Really cool place. They had good food. It was really big and expansive. Lots of outdoor areas to walk around, and it was really cool. I would love to go back. It's just 9 hours from here, but But anyway, I digress. Going to the actual brewery is always better.
Always. Make time to go to your local breweries as much as possible. You never know what kind of good beers they're brewing. You just never know.
Let's sit with this for a minute before we give it a rating.
Yeah, I agree too.
Kind of want to keep
because,
going.
like, right now, after a couple more sips down, I'm starting getting a dry feeling. It's
Really?
kind of started like dry out almost, like at the tail end of the sip and stuff. At the tail
Interesting.
end. It's kind of drying out a little bit.
I'm going to say this too.
It
like,
feels strong too.
It's an Imperial,
Yeah.
so yeah. I think they did a really good job with the cinnamon roll flavor. Because again, that could have been very hit or miss. Mm-hmm. It could have been way too syrupy tasting, for lack of a better phrase. It just some sweetened beers have that kind of like overly syrupy flavor. That's not here, but somehow they kind of nail not just the cinnamon flavor, but also the sugary flavor that you get from a cinnamon roll, because it is very sugary. When you have the icing and stuff on there, and they kind of nail that, but without making it too overpowering. Like I said, the aftertaste is a little bit of that to me. Like there's a little too much sweetness there, but the initial flavor still really gets me.
Yeah, same. Let me try and turn this on. Let's see how
What's
this
that?
looks. Oh,
but wait a minute, what is this thing anyway?
It's like a German pub, Christmas German pub. Got it. The wife got it for Christmas,
like a Bavarian brew house.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
the lights kind of overpower it.
It is.
You can't really see what it is with the lights on.
Maybe I'll turn it off.
It looks like we're really in the Christmas cheer, even though we're long past Christmas. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
We're a little late.
Well, I wanted to do this last month.
Well, it wouldn't have been New Year last month, so we couldn't say Happy New Year.
Whatever. Yeah, that's true.
We could have said Merry Christmas. Yay.
Let's look back a little bit on 2024. I got a list of crazy things that happened last year. I just kind of want to get your opinion on it. If you could say no comment or banter if you want.
Lord knows I'm good at no commenting.
Yeah, I know. But some crazy stuff happened last year, and let's dive in and look at what happened. First off,
smack the mic.
The Hawk Tua girl got famous and then defamous. She spent her 15 minutes really hard and really fast.
What's the Hawk Tua girl again?
So she went on camera, and some guy, street question, asked her, like, what can you do to a man in bed that'll blow his mind? And she was like, you got to give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing. And she blew the fuck up.
Went viral, in other words.
Viral. Big time. And then she started...
So that's all we need to do to get more viewers?
Exactly. It's what we're one Hawk Tua video away.
Steve, okay, we're going to do it right now. This is it. We're about to go viral. Please give me your best blowjob secret.
Oh. Ready?
What really gets them going for you?
Ready? You ready?
Yes.
The head is where it's at.
And we've officially jumped the shark.
So that is one thing.
You would know, Steve.
I would. We had a assassination attempt on a former president who is now a current president, which is...
Not yet. President-elect.
About 5 days.
President-elect is what you call them.
There you go.
President-elect.
Which is mind-boggling how that news is gone now. No, we don't even know who anything about the shooter.
That's
the
that's the 24-hour news cycle we live in now. People have moved on. Like, it's so quick, fast. That's the news cycle we live in. We, whether it's with actual news, political news, sports, right? Everything is like that. It's just quick. People move on.
Forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not forget, but it's almost like people
still... move on, next.
It's
What's
old
next?
news,
Yeah,
right? It's old news.
It's crazy how news
it takes
travels
it takes so much less time for something to be old news these days as it did, even 10 years ago, much less 20.
Yeah. What's next? Aliens are real. Apparently the government said, yes, they are aliens among us.
I don't know. That just depends on how you interpret it.
That's they said it in a Congress setting or whatever.
They didn't
it was.
say aliens are real. They didn't use that language.
It's real.
That's an interpretive language that you're using there.
Maybe
they said that they believe there was intelligent life.
Yeah, intelligent life. They've seen crazy ships flying and all that good stuff. There's alien life out there.
I mean, did we honestly believe that we were the only organic life in the entire universe?
Yeah.
Or not organic. Excuse me, because that's very broad. How about intelligent? Yeah. Intelligent life. And what you use, honestly, the word intelligence could be very broad too. It's just much more specific than organic. But yeah, like what level of intelligence are we talking about here? Technologically intelligent, like something that could build a machine that could travel from, through space and to other galaxies or solar systems. That's hyper intelligence, right? Yeah. That's well beyond anything that we can do, and we like to consider ourselves pretty smart unless you watch Fox News, and then you're like, oh, I've lost my faith.
I want to believe. We saw an assassination attempt, or not attempt, an actual
on the president-elect.
No, an actual assassination happened on camera. Some guy killed the healthcare guy. I
didn't watch the video. Why are people? Why
it's crazy. It caught on camera.
But why? Why are people interested in watching something like that? I don't understand. Like I don't like watching. Like remember when like the beheading videos came out with the terrorist groups and they reported like why are people fascinated by watching? I don't understand that. Like I never watched that video. Never had any interest in it because it just makes me angry. Like it just makes me. Like, why would you want to watch something that just disgusts you? Something. I mean, maybe it doesn't disgust people. Maybe they like it. I don't know.
I don't know. But
that was crazy.
It was crazy.
But I didn't watch the video personally. But,
well, I've seen the video, but it like the edited version where they show him pointing the gun and then shoot, but then it stops. They don't show the actual murder or whatever. Diddy and all his baby oil locked up. It's crazy. That is an insane.
It's about
story.
Goddamn time.
Goddamn. You've seen The Boys, right?
Of course.
So
come on.
The sex stuff in that show, I believe
we thought it was over the top. No. It was documentary footage.
I feel like that is documentary footage of what Hollywood does in its spare time.
A certain segment.
Maybe. Fucking squids. I don't know. Or octopuses.
It's an octopus. Yeah. You know why? Because octopuses or octopi, both are correct, are intelligent. And squids are not. So, you if you're going to fuck something, it might as well have some brains on it, right? Might as well. Steve, care to comment?
Not today.
So, here's the thing, though. Like there's, I feel like there was a precursor to this that everyone, again, the whole old news cycle thing that people moved on from quickly was the Epstein stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was, to me, was kind of the precursor. Now everyone's moved on to Diddy. And it's funny, like, all the streaming apps are pushing all of their own personal Diddy documentaries all at the same time. Like, no, don't watch that one. Watch ours.
Yeah. Like I've seen like 3 different ones.
How about I watch none?
Peacock and Netflix. I'm like, what the fuck?
How about I watch none of your shit? I don't give a fuck about that guy. The him standing trial would be relatively interesting to me. I don't really need to see 12,000 documentaries on the guy.
Calm down on the docs. Calm down.
I mean, maybe one. Yeah. Maybe one.
Maybe like the biggest,
okay.
like a big one. Like, that.
But every streaming service having to have their own is like pretty cheesy. It's like, come on, guys. It's like, what? No, watch us. Don't watch the other.
Another big news: Flat Earth officially debunked.
Oh shit!
Officially debunked.
Oh shit!
Yes.
I needed some officials to explain some mathematical engineering to me that I already fucking knew.
The flat earthers believe that in Antarctica there's no such thing as a 24-hour sun because the sun goes around the flat Earth, around the ice wall around it, and there should be no 24-hour sun.
I'm getting some Game of Thrones vibe here, an ice wall.
Ice wall,
yeah.
Because on the other side of the
ice
wall,
side of it is the wildlings. It's the wildlings.
That's what they believe. So
and the White Walkers too.
Top notch, like the top head of the Flat Earthers organization or whatever, went to Antarctica to disprove it.
Did he freeze to death?
And no.
Please say he did.
No, I almost. And they went there.
Did he encounter the thing?
They saw.
Please say he did.
Please.
Yeah. Did he get his ass kicked by a penguin? Please say he did.
They spent 24 hours there and they saw the sun there 24 hours. So flat earthers, they're all crying. They all went on, like, they're all saying that it's all fake. It's all green screen.
Well, of course.
You know, the fucking NASA paid these guys.
NASA.
Yeah.
NASA paid them. Because NASA.
So they're trying to say
fuck does
it's
NASA
all fake,
care?
But
NASA's
been lying to us forever.
But NASA's all about space exploration. What the fuck do they care if the Earth is round or flat?
I don't know.
Other than, gravity. The
Gravity?
very nature of the universe.
So you're saying that the Earth is rotating like 1,000 miles an hour, right, around a sun that's going like 500,000 miles an hour, and you expect me to be sitting in this one space, not floating around because of gravity? Gravity.
I know it's tough for a simple mind to understand, but it's purely mathematical. If you want to get into it, we can, and I can debunk your flat Earth theories. That just might bore the viewers. But I can do it. It's basic physics and engineering. It really is quite basic. Here's my favorite. And so one of the favorite things that Netflix had a flat earther documentary once upon a time. I didn't watch it, but I watched the trailer just out of sheer train wreck curiosity. That's the one time when I watched the beheading video is watching the trailer to the fucking flat earthers documentary, because I'm like, I'm never gonna watch this bullshit, but I'll watch the trailer.
There you go.
And so one of my favorite things is one of the guys says this is so classic. It's so good. A small mind at work says, whenever the scientists or the people try to explain away the flat Earth theory to us, all they can do is throw a bunch of math at us. That's the first thing that tickles my sphincter is all they can, the statement of all they can do is throw math at us, like math is some magic hocus pocus. Like them actually trying to prove something to you with basic engineering and physics is just a magic trick. So in other words, because you don't understand it, that means it's not true.
Yeah.
So because you're too dumb to get it means it's fake. Okay. So everything in the universe is based on, including gravity, by the way, which is explained through basic mathematics, is everything in the universe comes down to your personal flat earther intelligence level. That's great. What a pleasant universe to live in. The next thing is, and then he proved his own stupidity. He literally proved in his statement that the Earth was round. It was great. He, not round. That's two-dimensional. Spherical. He literally proved it in his statement, but he thought he was proving the opposite. He thought he was saying that the Earth was flat, but he was actually proving that it was round because he was standing on a beach looking out at the horizon. And he said, all you have to do, after he made the statement of, they try to explain it away to us with math. All they do is throw math at us. But he's like, but all you have to do is ignore the math and look, and you can see it. Yeah. And he's pointing out to the horizon and how it appears flat to the human eye, to the naked eye. You know what's great about that?
Or depth perception.
What makes it appear flat at sea level, which is on a beach, right? What? Why the horizon approves flat, and why you can see a line like that? You know what creates the horizon?
What?
The curvature of the fucking Earth! Okay. It's because the Earth is going like this. And you can't see. Your line of sight doesn't travel in that motion. Your line of sight travels flatly in a straight line. So that's why you see horizon, because that's where the Earth is curving away from your line of sight. So you just see straight out. And it's just, it's basic. Your line of sight's going like this, and the Earth is going like this. And you have a horizon there.
You're not going to see it.
And it looks
You're
flat.
not gonna see it. Yeah.
Perfect explanation. That's a great, flat earther, great explanation of why the Earth is not flat. That's perfect. Thank you. You did an amazing job. Because you can only see, from the beach, you can only see 3 miles out. You know why? Because that's the curvature of the Earth, you dumbass. If you were standing on top of a mountain, you could see hundreds of miles out. Your eyesight has that range. You can see far. But for some reason, when you're at sea level, you can only see 3 miles out. Why? That's the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
I.e. not flat. So, God, this episode.
I got you on a tangent.
This really sucks. Why'd you bring up flat earthers?
I didn't think you would go on this big of a tangent.
Jesus, people that don't understand math drive me nuts.
Well, I'm just saying,
including
got debunked,
including you.
We're good here. Last thing that happened this past year in 2024, I am back on the yard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's excitement.
So, I kind of, like not.
Is this going to take a long time?
No, not really. Not too long. I've been wanting to,
I'm one to talk. I'm one to say shorten it up.
Yeah, shorten it up. I've been kind of, hesitant on talking about what I do for a living because, what I do for a living is very scrutinized and stuff. But, a couple of my coworkers have egged me on and wanting me to, say something or whatever, But I am a correctional officer. I work at a prison around inmates, or if you want to call them incarcerated persons, or now
I
can call them victims of the law now, if you want to call them.
Well, victim's a strong word.
I mean, that's one of the terms.
Incarcerated persons, that's very PC, though. I like it. It's very PC.
That's the California model for you.
I don't mind it, though. Like victims of the let's calm down, okay? I know that's a little strong. It's a little too woke for me. Incarcerated persons, okay, whatever. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, no longer inmates. I'll still.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people that piss and moan about incarcerated persons being a statement, but like for me, it's like okay. I mean, linguistically, it makes sense.
Yeah. So to
victims
shorten it up a little bit, I am willing now to. If you got any questions, if you got a question for me about being a correctional officer, you guys can fire away in the comments or just ask me anything. I don't know everything. I've been doing it for about 9 years now, and like there's certain jobs like I haven't done yet. So like there's certain things I don't specifically know. So, but I'll try and give you my best insight that I can on certain things. There's certain things I just can't talk about. So,
sure.
But I'm willing now to, talk about this stuff.
So this is something that just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, unscripted, right? It just kind of popped in there. And sorry for the tangent again, but the incarcerated person statement, yes. Right? And to go back on that a little bit. See, I don't. The reason why I don't mind that much is, and this is just a slight tangent. We're not going to go too far here, but because they are people, right? They are. We tend to view them very, in very much like an object style fashion, like we would view, I don't know, like this is kind of a weird analogy, but like strippers, for example, right? They're very objectified, right? Yeah. I feel like prisoners are too, so I don't have a problem with calling them incarcerated persons because they really are people, that have a lot of circumstances that lead up to where they are. Now, does that mean they shouldn't be punished for their crimes? No. I mean, obviously, we should have laws and we should have punishments in place. That's totally fine. But one of the things that kind of was really inspirational to me, you got a book right here. Mm-hmm. So the Metallica songbook, right? So one of the things that was really inspirational to me was remember when Metallica, to promote Saint Anger, their most beloved album.
Yeah, went to was it Folsom?
San Quentin.
Yeah.
And I remember James Hetfield, they performed a live set for the prisoners. And James, before they played, got up on stage and made an impromptu speech to the prisoners. And it was very powerful and just very human. And he said a lot of things that just kind of made sense, as James often does, not only as just when he speaks, but also just in his songwriting and lyricism. And one of the things he said a lot of things, but one thing that really stood out is that, he talks about music and how music really saved his life in a lot of ways. And he said, if it wasn't for music, I might be in here with a lot of you. And it really just kind of emphasizes the fact that they are people, right? Persons, if you will. Yeah. And, they're not just all pieces of shit, although we might like to identify them as such. And some of them are, you would know better than anybody, are really, really difficult to deal with. Mm-hmm. And belong there. Yes, there is, at times you have to face consequences. You have to take responsibility for your actions. And if that requires incarceration by the letter of the law, then or the spirit of the law, or whatever it may be, then so be it. But there's still people, there's still a humanity there that shouldn't go unnoticed. So that's why, anyway, it's a long way of saying I don't mind that.
Don't mind the term?
I don't mind that PC statement. To me, that's not too. That's the right amount of wokeness. victims of the law, that has a certain connotation where I'm kind of
that kind of is just a running joke of the officers and everything like that. Like, oh, so now we're calling them victims of the law now or something.
And
like
I mean,
that.
Because
you know why old school mindset.
Here's my problem.
Inmate always.
Here's my problem is that to me that term is meant to incite a division.
Yeah.
It's meant to incite divisiveness, which our country loves so much nowadays. And I mean, one of the 2024 things that happened was the election, which is pure divisiveness, right? And so to me, that's the only thing I don't like about it. Not only because to me, victims is a strong word, because you do have to take responsibility for your own actions. You're not a victim. You have to take responsibility. Can they be victimized at times? Absolutely. There's always going to be gray area. We should not act like anything is black and white. Sure, they may have been victimized in their life as well. But there's also an element of responsibility. So there can be both. But to me, using the word victim is just somebody trying to be a troll, right? They're trying to incite some sort of divisiveness, and that's to where it's like it's a little over the top. I don't know. To me, it's a little much.
Fair enough. But I mean, that all came.
Fuck! You can't script this garbage. No. Really? You cannot.
It's not scripted. Yeah. But yes, I am willing to talk about my job and stuff to an extent. So if you guys got a question, if you next episode you pop up a question you want to want an answer to, just let me know. I am willing. Are we done with 2024? We're done with 2024. Let's rate this beer because I'm almost done.
I'm ready to rate it.
What
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay, it's a 4 out of 5 to me. Like firmly planted 4 out of 5. What keeps it to being a 4.5, let's say, if I'm going to give it some sort of criticism, to me is the aftertaste is still just kind of, I'm not really loving it. Yeah. I'm not even sure I really like the aftertaste. It's just kind of there. I'm not going to go as far as to say I dislike the aftertaste. It's just kind of there, but there's an element where I'm just kind of like, it just brings it down a skosh. Yeah. Because the initial taste, the initial flavor is every bit of 4.5, not quite 5-star, but every bit of 4.5 to me. Like it's right on the cusp of just being excellent. Mm-hmm. And then just the aftertaste, just doesn't sit quite as well with me. It's a little too sweet sits on the back of your tongue. We always talk about the hops sitting on the back of your tongue with an IPA. This, I feel like the sugar sits back there just a little bit, and it's just a slight miss. Slight miss. As much of a 4 out of 5-star beer mug beer could be a miss. That's the only thing that I would critique.
It's all good, man. Remember, that's number 4. It's all good, man.
It's all good, man.
I'm with you too. I'm with you 4 out of 5 as well. Almost dropped it to 3 because you
skipped right over 3.5.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like the halves too much. I like just a solid.
Why? It gives you more wiggle room.
It kind of does, but
more wiggle room is good.
You and me are getting different aftertastes. I'm not getting the sugary, I'm getting a dry. It literally is drying my mouth.
So I'm
getting that.
I can kind of see what you're talking about with the dryness. Yes, I do feel my mouth drying out a little bit. I do kind of get what you're saying.
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't like that. I'm not getting the too sugar. I'm getting this. Like I still have the cinnamon taste in my mouth with the aftertaste. So that's good, but it's kind of too dry. But still a fantastic beer. I love the initial spike of taste.
Oh no! When it comes in, super flavorful.
It's super flavorful. But it's 4 out of 5 for me. It's all good, man.
And again, what really hammers it home for me is that the flavorfulness is not overly sweet. It's not overly like syrupy or a lot of flavored beers. You can taste that kind of like syrup, kind of like artificial flavoring they put in there. This doesn't have that. It feels pretty natural, even though it's not. But it does kind of. They did a good job of getting the mix just right.
Mix is right. All right. Well, that is our beer rating for episode 27 of Beer Night.
What's next, sir?
Usually, the NFL season is amongst us.
We're gonna talk sports now.
Sports. Okay. So. The super wild card. Don't forget to put the super in there.
Yeah, now we have 7 seeds. They had to add super wild card.
Before the super wild card, though, any kind of comments about the actual season itself Any like?
I thought the season was pretty great.
Good
Like
season,
like
bad
I think
season?
the season was pretty great to me.
You still like the 17 game layout?
I don't
kinda
really
thing.
feel either way about it. I don't. I feel 18 games might be too long. That's what they're going to, by the way, though, because they want to be an even number. They're not going to stay at 17. But
It feels weird to go to 10-7.
yeah, it's kind of weird. I think they're going to go to they're going to eventually push to 18 games. But even that, I'll probably get used to right away and be like, whatever. It's just 18 games now. So, but no, I like, to me, the season was good. Like I thought the season was really exciting and was really good. The emergence of all the rookies, Jaden Daniels, of course.
Good rookie season, dude.
Bo Nix was great.
Rookie quarterbacks.
But especially Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix were both great. Freaking Malik Neighbors, man. If he gets a quarterback, oh my God, that guy.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers? Are you kidding me? If he gets a quarterback, Jesus Christ. And Marvin Harrison, ho hum. Brian Thomas Jr., hello. If he gets a quarterback.
Well, we'll see in this next draft coming up. So,
but I think with Brian Thomas, Trevor Lawrence is still a wild card. They're going to probably stick with Trevor Lawrence.
Well, Trevor, he signed.
Yeah, they're going to stick with him.
He's got like 4 or 5 more years with him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was just riddled with injuries this year, so concussions and all that stuff. So.
But the Bills look great this year.
yeah.
Lamar Jackson, man, Jesus Christ, he's really turned into a Hall of Fame player in the making. Like
and to have the 2 teams that look amazing is the Ravens added a
Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry,
the monster.
Phillies added a running back.
Saquon's just
Saquon.
Saquon is finally getting kind of the love he deserved because when he first started, he got a lot of love, but then he was kind of hurt by the injury, and people were like, "Oh, he's injury prone." This, that. No, Saquon's he's an amazing player. So
2 running
how
backs.
about the Lions though?
The
Lions.
I'm scared though, man. Even though they beat Minnesota to get that number 1 seed with fucking just like second string fucking players on defense, dude. Like, I'm rooting for the Lions, but man, I feel like I'm hoping they can keep it going.
The Rams are coming, man.
Because the Rams too.
The Rams are coming, and
that
Philly,
was shocking that they beat. Who did they just beat?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But with defense, by the way, with defense, and the offense played good, but not great.
Stafford.
And that's what's scary about it is if that offense gets firing on all cylinders, and Stafford throws for 4 touchdowns.
See another
and
Super Bowl for LA.
I mean, and that defense plays like they did against Minnesota. Like that's a scary.
I think
team.
just the Lions figured out how to beat Minnesota, and just this LA took that advantage and saw what happened. And
both conferences. This is why it was a great season because both conferences are really interesting.
I was shocked that Minnesota just went 14-2
with Sam Darnold.
With Sam Darnold. Yeah. And then I know the last 2 games he's fallen off the face of the fucking earth.
It's only 2 games against great teams, by the way. Yeah. The Rams are coming. Yeah. Nobody wants to face the Rams in the playoffs, including Minnesota, obviously. And then they lost to the number 1 seed, the Lions. Come on, everybody wants to have this referendum on Sam Darnold. Like, he had this great season, but then 2 games, people are like, oh, no, he's the old Sam Darnold. It's like, well, what about the freaking, 18 games before that? It's like, he had a great season. It's just, but I mean, recency bias. It's that again, that 24-hour news cycle we were talking about, right? Like the good stuff is old news.
Yeah.
And the recent 2 games are new news, and that's what everyone cares about. And it's like, well, I mean, he did play the best team in the conference. And now probably the 3rd best team in the conference. I'd still say you got to give Philly some love. You'd put Philly over the Rams.
Yeah,
but who else are you putting over the Rams in that conference?
I don't.
I mean, you're not putting Green Bay over the Rams.
No.
And Green Bay.
I mean, they've
too,
lost.
so
They
lost to Philly. But like, who else? Like,
I mean, is the Commanders gonna?
I'm not putting the Commanders over the Rams because I love Jane Daniels. He was on my fantasy team, and he's a great story. But you can't put them over the Rams with the way the Rams defense looked, and the fact that you still have Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and Matt Stafford on that offense, and Sean McVay, proven coach. Like, you can't. I'm not taking the Commanders over the Rams. Who else? That's it, right? That's all four NFC teams.
It's four.
Yeah. So,
all right.
so they might have. So the Vikings were probably going in the third best team in the conference, and they seceded that to the third best position to the Rams. So I don't think you can just kill Sam Darnold because he lost to the first and the third best team in the entire conference.
He got his ass kicked though.
He got sacked 9 times. What some of those sacks were on him, certainly, for holding the ball too long. But it's like once you start getting smacked all over the place, like there's no what quarterback's going to play great under those conditions. There's very, very few. Like if you're expecting Sam Darnold to be a top 5 quarterback, then sure, yeah, then he was a disappointment, absolutely. But nobody was expecting Sam Darnold to be a top 5 fucking quarterback. Nope. And only a top 5 quarterback is going to thrive under those conditions. Yep. Like, of course, like when you get beat to shit and your offensive line is getting killed and your receivers aren't getting open and you're running around trying to make something happen and you can't because you're not Mahomes or you're not Lamar or Josh Allen, but nobody was expecting him to be that. If you put Jalen Hurts on that fucking team, the Rams beat them all day long.
Well,
Jalen Hurts is on the second best team in the conference.
He can run around a little bit more than...
Doesn't matter. The Rams are beating them with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You know what? Jalen Hurts also can't throw the ball as well as Sam Darnold can. So he's not getting the ball to Justin Jefferson better than Sam Darnold was all year. There's no way in hell. Or Jordan Addison or Hawkinson. No. So he's just not at that level. He can run around, sure, but so. I mean, that doesn't... Like, you look at the numbers this year for... Not only for Jalen Hurts... but for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And, like, just because he can run around doesn't mean all of a sudden Lamar Jackson had to become a better passer. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts hasn't done that yet. So I'm not going to – anyway, I'm not going to pretend like we had these lofty-ass expectations for Sam Darnold like he's a top 5 quarterback because we didn't. He exceeded expectations at every fucking level.
He wasn't even supposed to start. So.
Well, and even when he did start, he wasn't supposed to perform nearly as good as he did. I'm not going to just forget all of that because he lost to the first and the third best team in the conference. Like it's.
You think he stays with Minnesota or he's going elsewhere?
It's a great question, actually.
I think he's going elsewhere. You know, they're gonna want their rookie quarterback when he comes back.
I don't know, man. It's tough to say because unfortunately, despite everything I've said, unfortunately those 2 last games do loom large. They shouldn't. Yeah. What I'm saying is they shouldn't. But they will inevitably because of pressure, pressure from the media, pressure from everything else.
He'll go somewhere else because Minnesota's not going to want to pay $100 million to this guy.
Well,
when you have a rookie,
but they can franchise him.
They could franchise him for one more year.
Do the Kirk Cousins thing and franchise.
That's true. What was the quarterback's injury? Was it a torn ACL or something? What was it?
Who?
The Vikings.
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be back next year.
Yeah, he'll be back next year.
He'll be back next year. Achilles, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't remember. But no, he'll be ready to play next year. But will he be ready to play?
I don't know.
That's you never know with a rookie quarterback. He could come out and be great. He could have come out and been great this year, or he could have come out and needed a lot of work. Mm-hmm. It doesn't hurt to sit for a few years. It really doesn't. It's just now instant gratification. That's again, we don't want JJ McCarthy to be old news. That's what the ownership's thinking, right? We got to get him out there. Get him out there.
Get him out. All right. Well, the playoffs are now here. So playoffs. What are you thinking about? What we got going? So we got Chiefs, Texans, Bills, Ravens for the AFC, Lions, Commanders, and Eagles, Rams.
Eagles-Rams is a great game.
That'd be a great game, yeah.
So is Lions Commanders is
sneaky because
the Commanders can put up points. Mm-hmm. I just don't think they can keep up with the firepower of the Lions. Yeah. But they can put up points, and Jaden Daniels can make plays. I mean, this bottom line, he can make plays. He's still a rookie. Like you feel like he's There's only so far he can go.
I was saying that on the Superbowl and against the Bucks. I was saying he's a rookie, dude. He's gonna make.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah. So the comparison I would make too is Bo Nix, right? Because I'm a Broncos fan, but I was like, look, he's still a rookie. Like the Bills are a fucking gigantic task. Yeah. Like he's gonna hit the wall at some point, right? The wall there, and the whole team did really, and so I feel like the Commanders are due for the same thing. The Lions are fucking tough as shit, man. Even with all the injuries, they're a Super Bowl ready team.
Yep.
And the Commanders are not. Let's be real, they're not. Now they could have a magical season and still make it there, but that's lightning in a bottle. That's not something you can rely upon. That's something you can reflect back upon and be like, wow, that was amazing. They did that. I don't know who's going to predict that against the Lions. So I just don't really see it. He's got to hit the wall at some point, right? It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. It should be anyway.
So you got the Lions then.
But going back to the game with the Bucks, is they could have very easily lost that game.
They could have.
I mean, they won it on a bank shot field goal.
I was rooting for the Bucks.
And they what facilitated that was a fluky fumble with Baker and McMillan on the jet sweep.
Yeah.
That was fluky. That does not happen all the time. It wasn't even really a bad play by the Bucks. If you look at it with the defense and the way it was set and the play call, it probably would have worked. It was just slightly off time. Yeah. That's all it was. It wasn't like you can't put it on Baker. Baker's fucking amazing season. Baker is an NFL career quarterback.
I miss my Baker, maybe.
Baker had an amazing season. He had an amazing season last year. He is a career NFL quarterback. He's going to put up numbers. He's going to have a long career. Unless he gets hurt, and I don't want to jinx him or anything, but that was not like purely on him.
Yeah,
like he gets credited with the fumble in his stat line, but if you watch the play, it was just something fluky. They just mistimed it. They just mistimed it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like whether he was slow getting off the snap or whether McMillan was too early on his motion for the jet sweep. Whatever it was, or whether the center,
happens,
the center
football,
the center might have snapped the ball a half second late. It's a fucking half. It's not even a half second. It's a quarter second. Like that's the margin of error for that fumble. If you watch it in super slow motion, that's the margin of error. Is not even a half second, less than that probably. And it was just slightly off, and the ball got knocked out. And also the other part of this is with a fumble, the ball's bouncing around there. Tampa could have still fallen on top of it, but they couldn't. Like the other team happened to fall, the Commanders happened to fall on top of it. It's just one of those things that were just like you can't really make a referendum on somebody's season based on that. You can't say that. Well, now Jaden Daniels is going to beat the Lions single-handedly because of that fumble, or now Baker Mayfield had a bad season. You can't do that. And if it was Sam Darnold, people would be trying to do that.
I just love your analysis on a fumble. This is great.
So, I mean, that's all it is, right? Because again, it wasn't even a regular fumble, right. a more like organic fumble. Mm-hmm. It happens. Sometimes people punch the ball out. It's so fast. It's so fast. Yeah. Like it's just the nature.
The ball
of the game.
goes here.
And it's an oblong ball, bounces in weird directions. So the other team gets lucky and it comes towards them and they can recover it. You know,
I miss Baker Mayfield though.
Baker's
my quarterback.
Baker's a pro quarterback. He's going to be in the league a long time.
Damn Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, how's that Deshaun Watson deal looking
right now? Not great. I'm gonna cry. So you got the Lions going over the Commanders there.
Yeah, I do.
And then Eagles Rams. Who you got winning that? I mean, I got the Lions too as well. If you want to get my pick here.
So I'm a little torn on this because I'll tell you why.
I'm gonna go Eagles on this one first. I'll pick the Eagles here. I mean, I need another beer too.
Yeah.
I'm going Eagles because of Saquon Barkley. He is just. I think he's gonna run. They're at the Rams' asses down. He's just gonna plow through. I'm rooting for. I love
Saquon. He's great. He's great.
That's my pick there.
And he's a bona fide MVP candidate.
Should he be the MVP? Should he be the MVP, or is he going to be?
No, he shouldn't be. But he should be a top 3 candidate behind Lamar. Top 3 behind Lamar and Josh. Are you kidding? Lamar's had a ridiculous season. Ridiculous. Lamar won the MVP last year, and he's had a much better season this year. I guess, should I wait for your slow ass to get back? Jesus Christ. No, we're supposed to be doing the next beer review. Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ, dude. And this is scripted, right? This is the bullshit I have to put up with. Maybe it should be. You know what? That might be inspiration. Maybe we should script this shit. Maybe it would be better. Yeah. Would we get more viewers if we script? Nah, no one's gonna care. So, no, it's Lamar and Josh Allen.
Lamar and Josh Allen. Okay.
I mean, Lamar. Come on.
I think Saquon will be second. That's my prediction.
No,
he's going to be.
He's third at best.
He's going to be second after Josh Allen.
He's third at best. No, Lamar may win it.
Oh,
he may win it.
I'd go Josh Allen for that. But.
Well, I probably would too.
Pick Eagles or Rams.
So here's my quandary with this game. I believe in the Rams. I really do, because of the pedigree. Mm-hmm. Because Matt Stafford is an underrated god. He has been for a long time. Yeah, I'm going to come back to this in a second. It's not just that. I'm going to come back to this in a second because I do have an issue there. But McVay is a proven coach. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1, and even the one he lost, it was a close margin. And if Jared Goff had played like he's capable of playing now, it might have been a different story. So he could be he was very close to being a 2-time Super Bowl winning coach, Hall of Famer basically at that point, right? And their defense all of a sudden looks very formidable.
It does.
So they shut down the Vikings, a high-power offense. They just destroyed them.
Thing is, I don't see them doing that to the Eagles.
No, I agree, but that doesn't mean they won't still play well. They're not going to play like this.
I think they took the Rams took that the thing that the Lions did the previous week against Minnesota. Took that to an advantage. I don't see them doing it to the Eagles.
Hold on. You know, the Vikings went 14-3 in the regular season.
14-3, yeah.
You know who one of those 3 losses was?
What?
The Rams. Earlier in the season. So I don't think this whole thing they saw what the Lions did. And the Rams already beat them once. Right. Like the Rams are there. They're not going anywhere. So here's my only concern with the Rams. Is the last 2 or 3 games of the season, Matt Stafford has not looked himself. And I almost wondered if he was having shoulder issues again. Because that motherfucker, I've said it for years now. This is not hindsight with me.
Great arm.
This is not hindsight with me. I've been singing Matt Stafford's praises since he was since he was in his with the Lions. That guy can throw the ball like pretty much no one I've ever seen. If 100%, if he was on the Packers and that whole run, and Aaron Rodgers was on the Lions, we would be talking about Matt Stafford in the way that people talked about Aaron Rodgers before he went to the Jets.
Okay.
Matt Stafford would be the guy. We would say he's one of the most talented quarterbacks we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. His arm is stupid. He makes throws that are ridiculous. But it's because he played for the Lions. Yeah. Now, he's still, despite playing for the Lions, he's still got a lot of press. He's still got a lot of praise. Yeah, he made Calvin Johnson a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And that guy would make throws.
He had like the single season yards record.
Well, but he I don't know about that. But
I don't know if he's record
because he got beat up so much.
He had 5,000 seasons.
He couldn't stand in the pocket that much because his offensive line was always trash. Yeah. But that guy would make throws that were inhuman. Inhuman. I saw him so many times, long before Mahomes was in the league, make sidearm passes that were bullets that would pass through multiple defenders that couldn't get to it quick enough. Just or step on his back foot and just do the Aaron Rodgers thing. He was doing the same shit. Back foot and just throw a bomb that was on a rope. On a rope. Like that guy had an arm that was ridiculous. Now he had a lot of shoulder surgeries. His arm, your arm can only stay so strong. And I remember the start of last season when he came back from yet another shoulder injury, he looked strong again. And I remember when it started that season, I was like, Matt Stafford looks fucking ridiculous. Like he was making throws. It was like, that's the old Matt Stafford, but now on a much better team, the Super Bowl winning team, right? So he looked like that through a lot of this season, but it started to slow, and he started to not look like himself the past, like I said, 2 2 or 3 or 4 games, something like that. I don't keep exact track. So that's my only concern is I don't know that he's completely healthy. Yeah. He had a good game against the Vikings. He did.
Not bad game.
He had a good game. He made some throws that were like, okay, those are Stafford throws. Even the flick, like that was a Stafford like little because he used to do that. He used to do a lot of the Mahomes shit before Mahomes was in the league, man. But nobody cared because he was on the Lions. Yeah. He wasn't on a Super Bowl caliber team like Mahomes was, so he didn't get the attention. But so that's my only concern because the Eagles are really fucking good. They are really good, and Saquon Barkley's a dynamo. He's great, but I don't know. That to me that game's a toss up. Yeah. If Stafford can play to his level, if Stafford can play to his level, that is a great matchup. All right. Great matchup.
Toss up there. Well, I picked the Eagles. You're undecided, so.
I'll be a contrarian. Take the Rams.
Take the Rams. All right.
I'll be a slight homer because the Rams are in my area. Yeah. You know, we live in the not the LA area. We live in I live in Riverside County. Yeah. It's the greater LA area. So we're
Speaking of LA, we didn't talk about this. At the beginning. The fires.
Yeah. We're not in the fire zone. We're in the LA fire zone. Although we did have our power turned off for fire risk because of all the fires that were going on.
Hopefully the power will shut off now.
I know, right? Because they did threaten to do it again. But so we're kind of outside of that area. But we're still the Rams are our home team unless you count
or Chargers maybe.
The Chargers. We didn't talk about them. We didn't talk about the Chargers.
My Chargers too.
Fucking stinker against the Texans.
Yeah, they fucking
that was
it up.
Terrible.
He went to the game too.
That was terrible.
Was he? How much alcohol did he consume that night?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him since.
Good Lord. Is he on a suicide watch?
Yeah, probably because that was what a no show. What a no show. Yeah. Like I'm a Broncos fan, but I was worried obviously for obvious reasons about them playing the Bills because I'm like it's fucking a large mountain to climb. Yeah. The Texans, I mean, come on. You got to put up a better fight than that against the Texans. But anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, the Rams. So the Rams are a pseudo home team. So I kind of have, I don't know if maybe a slight soft spot for them. I'm not a fan, but I've always liked Stafford. Like I said, I've always been a Stafford guy.
Too, big Stafford.
I've always been a Stafford guy because I saw that guy fucking do shit. And I'm like, this guy is like, people were talking about every other quarterback in the league. This guy is fucking amazing. Like the shit he would do was physically inhuman. And so when he finally got his Super Bowl ring, it was like, okay, his greatness is solidified. Mm-hmm. If that guy can still show up against the Eagles, we got a great game on our hands.
All right. Fair enough. I guess in the middle of our sports segment, we're reviewing a beer here. And
oh, yeah.
I guess
we did say we're going to do 2 beers. This is going to be a long-ass fucking episode.
No, I wanted that one. Well, if you just, don't talk so much, we'll be all right.
Sorry. I mean, it is a talk show.
It is.
You're the one that had to bring up flat fucking
earthers. Oh, my God. All right, so what are we reviewing here real
Same
quick?
brewery. So, Epic Brewing. Yep. Epic Brewing. We're doing our second. It's a twofer. It's a twofer. Utah.
Give me two.
So, what did we say? What does Gary Busey say? Sorry, like I'm a Point Break nerd. So it's like I'm so hungry I can eat the acid out of a dead rhino. I'm not hungry, but I'm thirsty. Yeah. So Epic Brewing. Okay, so this is the other. We want to do stouts. Yes. So the inspiration for this, we want to do stouts. We're like, let's do 2 beers again because we saw both and they both sounded delicious. This is also the Big Bad Baptist, but this is Chocolate Banana.
Ooh. Got me on chocolate. I'm not a big banana fan, but I can tolerate banana.
What the fuck? How are you not a banana fan?
Not a big. I can eat bananas. That's fine. It's no big deal. It's not my go-to.
You know what? You know what you need to learn about bananas?
What?
It's all about the head.
I agree.
So this is an Imperial Stout aged in whiskey barrels with cocoa nibs, banana cream pie flavor, and cocoa flavor added. This sounds
cream pie
amazing. I just gotta say. Yeah. And we're about to find out. Pause for the cause. Did the mic pick that up? That was a good sound right there.
Hopefully the mic picked that up. All right.
So again, like the other Big Bad Baptist, does not produce a lot of head.
I got a little bit, but not not much. More than you. Pass the smell test a little bit. Doesn't smell like it smells strong.
It smells really good.
It smells strong, but doesn't have like
It smells like chocolate banana. I mean, that's exactly what it
does.
smells like.
It does.
I can't wait to taste
All right,
this.
you ready? Well, let's cheers it real quick, and then here we go.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's really good. Oh, shit. That's dessert right there. That's dessert right there.
That aftertaste is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving it.
That's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good shit.
Oh, we like it if you can't tell.
That's a good fucking beer.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So
that's a great fucking taste.
Wow. So we wanted to do stouts. I'm not sure this is a fair because these I feel like okay. If I'm gonna give this any criticism, it's kind of like it's not really a real stout. Like it's more of a dessert stout. Okay, if we can say that.
Yeah.
It's very much a dessert stout. Like you could drink this after dinner, and it's a dessert. Like it's a dessert beer.
You
It's
don't have
perfect.
You don't have to eat that pie. Just drink this.
No, absolutely you don't. I mean, this might have more calories than even the pie does, which is a lot. But you know,
Woo. Yeah, I'm trying to watch the calories. So obviously the beer night doesn't exist, but I'm trying to get down to 240 is my end year goal of losing weight. I'm about 280 now, so 40 pounds by the end of the year is my goal. So let's hope for it.
Okay, we're not talking about weight loss. We're talking about beer.
I know,
so let's
beer and calories.
So let's talk about this beer. So, okay, if I'm going to give it one criticism, is it definitely has a stout body. It feels thick, and it feels, you know, a little. It feels very rich.
Yeah. It is
very rich, like a stout should be.
Yeah.
The sweetness is definitely there, hence the chocolate banana.
It's sweet, yeah.
But
this is one I got.
It's not too much. No, like it just works. For me, it really, really works perfectly. Much like I said about the cinnamon roll, I'm not sure I could drink a lot of them. Which you can't really with stouts anyway. But
you drink one and done. It's pretty much one beer, and you're not.
It's a dessert beer. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you're not gonna get 2 or 3 of these, in one sitting.
Although, with that being said, I kind of already want another one.
Well, you got plenty to drink. Yeah, so once you're finished with this, I want to.
Don't slurp.
It's good.
I know, isn't it? Don't slurp your beer, goddammit.
It's not the sound on the.
Yeah, don't slurp. Nobody likes that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, hop to it to you.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that shit.
The chocolate stands out for sure, and then the banana aftertaste.
It's just perfect. It's
right at the end.
Perfect melding. Like it's
melody.
It is.
And on this one, like I know the first one you had the sugary aftertaste. This one I'm getting that a lot here.
See for me not as much. Like
I'm getting it a lot here. Yeah.
To me, the banana flavor kind of smooths that out. It smooths it out to me. Like it's more level.
Yeah.
Like
it might be the banana that I'm tasting, but it's very like
because bananas
rich at the end.
Here's the thing about bananas: bananas are sweet, but they're it's a very smooth sweetness, kind of like a coconut, if you will. It's a very smooth sweetness. It's not like over the like it's not, you don't bite into it and go, oh, this is super sweet.
Yeah,
like there's sweetness there, but it's not like super. It's not overwhelming. And that's what I would feel like. It's just very smooth. Yeah. When you have something that's banana flavored, it's very smooth. That's why I like banana cream pie, because it's smooth, but it's very, it's sweet, but it's very smooth. And that's how I can describe this. It's super, super smooth. Chocolate is also a very smooth sweetness to me, but just on the opposite side of the spectrum from a banana, where it's super rich. Right. Bananas aren't super rich. Yeah. They're more kind of mild. But chocolate is very rich, but it's still a smooth kind of sweetness. It doesn't taste like overly like syrupy or kind of, too sugary. Chocolate has that kind of appeal.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So the beer kind of, to me, has the best of both worlds. Like it's kind of meeting in the middle where you have that rich smoothness and that kind of just like mild smoothness of the banana. And it just kind of fits perfectly.
There you go. All right.
We're stretching to describe it.
Yeah, you described pretty.
You gotta taste this to really understand.
Taste it. So buy it, find it, buy it. We got it at Total Wine, is where we found it. So look for it at your local.
By the way,
like Bevmo or wherever you get your local brewery stuff.
Epic Brewing, hell of a job, by the way. With both of these beers, great job making a flavored stout, because flavored stouts are tricky. They really are. Go ahead.
So, Epic Brewing, just, we'll drive down there. You just buy us the beer, and we'll be there.
Buy us the beer?
Buy us the beer.
That's the most expensive part. Our drive will probably cost less than the beer.
But, they got to pay for us somehow, fuck.
Beer's expensive.
Very expensive.
But yes, buy us the beer. We'll be there.
We'll drive there. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Buy us the beer.
You buy me a beer, I'll be anywhere.
Yeah. We'll put it on YouTube.
Fucking East Coast Brewery. You want to buy me a beer? I'll fucking be. I'll drive out there.
Drive out there or fly out there.
I'll buy a plane ticket. Yeah. Free beer. Why not? Let's go.
I don't mind doing. Maybe when I retire, do a little. Probably before I retire anyway. But do a little drive, around.
They have
America.
shitty beer on the East Coast, man. Yeah. Great pizza though.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get back into before we rate this beer. Let's get back into some. Sports
I do want
talk.
to say something though.
Okay.
That we don't Utah, like it's not a brewery hotbed, right?
No,
although
we don't see much from them as in beer.
But like I was saying before, a flavored stout is very tricky. There's a lot of flavored stouts that go wrong because they just try too hard. I feel like this works really well, and the brewery did a hell of a job making it a flavored stout, yes, but it still feels kind of natural in a way. It fits. It doesn't feel like they're trying too hard to make it marshmallowy or this or that or whatever.
Usually we see a lot of peanut butter, chocolate stout,
which the one peanut butter stout that we like is done really well. But there's plenty of others that it just feels kind of forced. They're just adding a bunch of shit to a stout just because it's like, oh, we got this flavored stout. This feels like it works. Like it's necessary, like it's a good beer to have and not just something to say, hey, we got a flavored stout. That's my 2 cents.
I'm loving the aftertaste of this too, like just sitting here, like just the chocolate banana aftertaste it's kicking in right now. I'm like, I don't even want to take a sip. I'm enjoying this aftertaste right now. This is good shit.
It's really good.
It's good shit.
It's really good. Yeah.
All right, well, let's finish off some.
Before I'm gonna interrupt you again.
Oh my
so
God,
sorry. So I just wanted to make one comparison here. You know what this kind of reminds me of? What, in a lot of ways?
What?
That aftertaste, especially?
Yeah.
A Belgian Abbey Ale. Has that kind of like, almost like kind of chocolatey, malty kind of
because
like
they have the
super
malty,
super
caramel,
deep, but super deep aftertaste.
Yeah. I feel you
just
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right.
That's all.
This aftertaste is kicking in, though. This is a fantastic aftertaste. All right, now can we get back to the sports talk here before we give this a rating?
Sure.
AFC, we got Chiefs and Texans. This should be easy, right? Chiefs all the way.
Yeah. I just don't think that.
I don't see Texans.
The Texans just don't have the cachet. Really, they don't have. The Chiefs have the experience. If have the coaching, they have the
Taylor Swift behind them as well.
Swifty Nation. Yes. They have the quarterback. They've got just the experience. To me, is the killer here. It's the killer. Like to me, the Texans have Nico Collins. That's it. Because I feel like CJ Stroud isn't quite ready yet.
They're almost there.
But that's what I mean. I feel like I can't quite say.
It was his second year, right?
And he's had a down year.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's not. I feel like he's not quite there. I feel like Nico is still a dynamo. He's still one of the best receivers in the league. And what's his name from the Bengals? Help me out. I've had heavy beer. I've had Imperial Stouts here. Help me out. The running back. He's had a great year.
On the Texans?
From the Bengals. Yeah, they got him from the Bengals.
Oh, fuck.
Johnson? This is what happens when you don't script things, by the way, and you drink heavy beers.
I guess I should Google it, right?
Sure. But anyway, like I just the Chiefs are going to bottle him up, I think, even though he's had a great year when he's been healthy, that is.
Mixon.
Joe Mixon. Thank you. Joe Mixon, yes. And he's had a great year, but I feel like the Chiefs are going to bottle him. And by the way, he ran all over the Chargers.
Yeah, he did.
Ran all over the Chargers.
Because the Chiefs' defense...
Chiefs have a great run defense.
A great run defense. Yeah,
so like, I feel like they're going to bottle up Mixon, and I feel like CJ Stroud just isn't ready yet.
Yeah.
I just if they beat the Chiefs, it's gonna be huge upset.
That'll be
huge upset. No, that doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just gonna be huge upset.
Yeah, Chiefs there too. Bills Ravens. This is like
That's monster.
This is like Super Bowl. Like if they weren't in the same
conference,
like this is Super Bowl match.
Yeah.
This is nuts. This is like a.
Oh, I said it before. Lamar Jackson has had an insane year. Insane. Like he is quite possibly right now the best quarterback in the league. The year he's had, the way he's playing, he is like Mahomes had a down year. Lamar very easily took the mantle from him this year. The only reason why that may be a cloudy statement or a hot take, if you will, is because Josh Allen might still win the MVP. But that's only because Lamar's already won it twice. Yeah. He's already won it twice. So the voters are going to want someone new.
They had Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Lamar had a much better year than Henry. Henry had a great year to start, but then he kind of fell off a little bit. He's still great. Don't get me wrong. He still had a great year. Yeah. But Lamar has had a ridiculous year stat-wise. Here's the only reason why you would put Josh Allen over him is because the Bills have a better record. Yeah. And so often MVP comes down to something silly like win-loss record.
Win-loss, after
but also because Lamar's already won 2. Yeah. So the voters want something new oftentimes. But Lamar's season has been vastly superior to the 2 years he won MVP. Like, way better. Yeah. He just won it last year, and his season this year is way better. If you watch him play, it's like, this guy is unstoppable because he is as good of a passer now as he is a runner. And that is saying something because he's an insane runner. He is a Michael Vick level runner. And now he is as good of a passer as he is a runner. And that is insanely dangerous. Insanely dangerous. Now,
I hate, as a Browns fan, I hate playing the Ravens. We beat them this year too. So, but
the thing about them is
it's so difficult to cover that guy.
So here's yes, it is. Now here's the thing about the Ravens though, and why I might lean towards the Bills is despite having said all that, the Ravens for some reason, I don't know if it's their defense or what it is, or the fact that their receiving core is still a touch suspect because Zay Flowers is good, but I don't know if he's great. I still and their Mark Andrews isn't what he used to be. Yeah. I still feel like, and they have Derrick Henry, yes, but I still feel like they're beatable. Yeah. The Bills, I don't feel like they're beatable unless they play the Chiefs because the Chiefs have their number and have had their number for a lot of years now.
I think the Ravens defense is very sus. It's very,
but it's to be fair,
not as good as
it's gotten better over the back half.
So of the season. The front half was horrible. They're getting thrown on like crazy.
Yes, their pass defense was terrible. Their run defense has been great all year, but their pass defense has been terrible. Yeah. But their pass defense has gotten better. It has gotten a lot better. It's shown marked improvement. So. That's a fucking great game. It's a great game.
So you got on that one. Give me a team.
The Bills by a hair. By a hair.
Okay.
By a hair, but I could see Lamar winning it at the end with some crazy-ass play. I could see it.
So, unfortunately, we're not going to probably have an episode before the Super Bowl. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Who you got? Who is the 2 teams in the Super Bowl? You got to tell me this right now.
I kind of want to go storybook and say Bills Lions. Like to me, it's storybook, right? It's like the Indians and the Cubs, right? In the World Series, it's storybook. Like that's what I feel like is going to happen. So that's kind of what I want to go with. But my rational mind is also telling me, so you think the Chiefs are going to let that happen? and then I also think about the NFC, and I'm like the Rams are a scary ass team. Like they're proven. Mm-hmm. As long as Matt Stafford gets back to himself and isn't hurt, like he's kind of looked, his shoulders looked a little suspect the past few weeks. Yeah. Not necessarily this pass. He only threw for 200 yards, but he threw the ball effectively.
Okay. You just got to give me 2 teams, man. Come on. Just give me 2 teams. You picked them already for the next conference championship.
You go first.
So I'm going to go.
I'm going to think about it for a minute.
It is tough. I agree it's tough, but I'm going Eagles. Bills. Eagles-Bills is where I'm going for the Super Bowl. Those are the two teams that are going.
I'll take the Bills in that matchup.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm so tempted to go storybook and Bills Lions, but that's
a great matchup to have. Both teams never won the championship, right? Bills never won. Right?
No, that's why it's storybook.
Yeah,
that's why it's
Indians
and
Cubs. Indians, Cubs, 2016.
Although they both won, but it had been so long. So
yeah. Indians in 46.
Yeah, it'd been like
46 or 48, something around there. 40s, it's late 40s. The Cubs was like 09.
06 or some shit. Yeah. So I like, to me.
Everybody NFL probably wants that matchup right there. NFL
it'd be a great matchup because one of them's got to win, right?
Yeah,
it's like
one of them's got a storybook ending.
Hey, keep harping on this, but it's just like the Indians Cubs. Yeah. One of them's got to win it, right? Yeah. I am gonna go with.
Like I said, I went Eagles, Bills is what
I think. Here we go. We're gonna go hot take. This is super hot. Come on, man. Just relax. I'm thinking through this.
Let's get the hot take.
So I think Matt Stafford might break the Lions' hearts in the NFC Championship.
Oh my goodness, you're going
and go. It might be Rams, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Ooh, you're going Rams.
I think
Chiefs too. Huh? You don't think the Bills get past the Chiefs?
No, I just have this feeling that the Chiefs are going to break their heart again. But like I go back and forth. I'm waffling hard on this because I feel like the Bills are going to get over the hump. They're going to beat the Chiefs at some point. So remember when Peyton Manning couldn't beat the Patriots?
Patriots, yeah, forever.
Couldn't beat them.
Yeah, for a long time.
They were killing them.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, and I watched this game live.
Yeah.
Right? Live, I was watching this game. AFC Championship. Peyton Manning throws a pick six to Ty Law.
Yeah.
And the Patriots go up 21-3. And you're just like, here we go, all over again. Peyton Manning cannot get past the Chiefs. Or the Chiefs, the Patriots. Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Could not, here we go. And then all of a sudden, they get a field goal before halftime. Yeah. So now it's 21-6, and you're like, still 21-6. But they went down 21-3, and then halftime 21-6, and then Peyton comes out, and despite what all the haters love to say about him sucking in the playoffs, he comes out in the AFC Championship game against his biggest rival, the team that had his number, the team that kicked his ass over and over again, and he carves them up. Kills them. And they win the game 35-31, one of the greatest playoff games ever. And I will forever... Peyton Manning had other great playoff games, mind you, besides that one. He did, despite the narrative. But I will forever point to that one as it's like, that's a Hall of Fame quarterback right there, because despite the two Super Bowls he won, he had to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. He had to win a second one, sure, to put himself in the top maybe 5 all time. But that game right there was incredible because they had his number. He couldn't get past them. They had Tom Brady. They had Bill Belichick, even though Tom Brady wasn't really Tom Brady at that point. It was mostly a Bill Belichick team. But he couldn't get past him. And then he came out in the second half and called the game from the line of scrimmage and carved them up. 21-3, and they won 35-31. Mm-hmm. And that was an amazing game. I feel like the Bills are due for that against the Chiefs at some point. I feel like they're going to get over that hump.
Yeah. I just don't think it's now.
I don't know. It's so hard to see.
You gotta just I know you don't know. We don't know.
Guess.
You gotta guess. You gotta figure it out and just put your take in there. And I believe this is happening, and just give it to us. Damn. Ugh.
I think Stafford gets his second Super Bowl over the Bills.
Oh my God.
Over the
All
Bills.
Right, there you
and
go.
the Bills are heartbroken again.
There you go. So Bills go to the Super Bowl. But LA wins.
This is all, by the way.
And then Stafford retires.
Speaking of waffling, this is all under the idea that Stafford might not be hurt in his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like if he's fully healthy and can play like Stafford, that's what I'm operating under.
All right.
If not, then Fuck that shit. My prediction is bullshit. No,
well,
it's gonna be
everyone-
Bills Lions.
Everyone
Or
will
Chiefs
comment.
Lions.
Everyone will comment and say you're so wrong and
Just like all the other comments we always get.
Exactly, which is who's sake. Well, there you go. There's our NFL, hot takes and sports and what we got more sports to talk about.
Do we?
Yeah, plenty. Lots of sports actually. But you want to rate this beer now or
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It is.
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
I went first last time, right?
Sure.
I did, didn't I? No, I went. You went first. I'll go first this time. 5 out of 5. Number 5, Utah. 5 years of beer night.
It's not true. He went first last time.
No, I did. No, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You did.
No, I didn't.
The video, go, bring it back, and you
went
show that
first.
he went first and I went. So 5 out of 5 is mine. This is 5-year anniversary of beer night. 5-time WCW champion Booker T. 5 stars, 5 beer mugs. Is great beer. I love this one better than the cinnamon one. I love the aftertaste of it. Love the initial taste. It's got the chocolate and banana together. Just it mixes so well.
As the kids would say, it slaps.
Slaps, son. There you go. Toilet Riz, Ohio, whatever you want to call it. There you go. Great shit. You don't know the Toilet Riz, Ohio thing?
No,
I don't know either. Actually, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But to get the Riz.
So what does the toilet have to do with it? Does that mean you look like you got a shit beard? Is that what the toilet Riz means?
I have no idea.
Shit beard. Shit beard.
You should probably.
That's your new nickname, shit beard.
You need to ask.
It kind of looks like you have a shit beard too.
Probably.
It's like a shit beard. Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, Toilet Riz, shit beard.
Toilet Riz.
Yeah.
But you ask your daughter about Toilet Riz, Ohio, cap or whatever it is. I don't know. She probably knows all that lingo.
She knows about shit beards?
I don't. Whatever. I'm lost. It's 5. It's 5 beer mugs for me. That's what I got for you. What do you got, son?
I think that I am with you on this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I'm gonna give this a 5. It's fucking fantastic. Like it's just
Rob Van.
It's fucking fantastic. Like this is
great.
This is great. Like it's just as I've been marinating on this as we drink it, right? The kicker to me, what takes it from 4.5 to 5 is there's that maybe it's the Imperial style element and just the kind of the maltiness with the extra alcohol.
Yeah.
It's also giving me a little bit of that Belgian ale flavor, like I was talking about,
Right,
like that, like a true Belgian ale, not like a fucking the bullshit that you buy. It's made here.
Yeah.
The Belgian ales made from Belgium have that kind of that alcohol-y kind of malty, almost slightly caramely. Well, it's not necessarily what I'm looking for here, but it just to describe it, that kind of like the flavor. It's giving me a little bit of that on top of the stout chocolate banana flavor. Like it's just everything all coalescing into one.
Yeah.
This is a great beer. Like Epic, great job. Even the cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll was still a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Like, it's still great.
This is 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
The aftertaste of this beer, dude, I'm just milking it, dude. It is so good. I'm that banana aftertaste of this.
If we wanted to give it one critique, what would your one critique be? I know we shouldn't critique a 5 out of 5. That means it's perfect, but you know what? Whatever. We'll critique it anyway. If you want to give one,
I mean, if I'm Dave Meltzer, I'd give this 7.5 stars.
Whoa, there's a name drop for you. The IWC, where you at?
Critique. Maybe the flavor is too strong. Like the aftertaste of the banana. It's so strong that it's staying there. It's not going away. You would think like the aftertaste would be there, but then it would eventually go away, and you want to drink more of it to get it.
Which that's kind of what the cinnamon roll did.
Yeah, well, the cinnamon
for me
did
anyway.
For you, but not me. This one, the banana is just staying there, and I love the aftertaste so much I don't want to sip it again. And maybe that's a critique. Like I don't like you should want to keep sipping this, but like I'm really enjoying the aftertaste. I don't want to take another sip.
My only critique would be that to me it's purely like a dessert beer. It's not something you're gonna drink a lot of.
No, yeah,
but
okay,
like
maybe
that's my only critique. Like, but to me, why I would still give it a perfect rating is not because like I know a lot of us beer drinkers like to be binge drinkers, right? And we like to slam it hard. That sounds a little innuendo-ish. But but so what, right? Like not every beer has to be like, you don't want to do that with stouts anyway, really. No. Stouts are just too filling to kind of hammer them home like that.
Like stouts are not
so for me
beer drinking parties, if you will. Like if you're having a party, you're not going to have a stout there, really.
Probably not, unless everybody wants to have a big giant gut, like we do. So, but so to me, like that would be my only critique, though. Is it's kind of a dessert beer. It's not an everyday beer. Mm-hmm. It's not something you're gonna want to drink a lot of out in the sun or anything like that. But that's but it has its place certainly, and in its place, it's a 5-star beer for sure. 5 mug.
5 beer mugs. 5 beer mugs.
Was that an oh hell yeah?
Yeah, fucking fucking oh hell yeah beer.
You got the wrong mascot. You got Sacco over there.
I do. Mr. Sacco. Yeah. All right.
Just one time you need to take a fucking and smash it on your head and Nobody understands. We're in the Attitude Era still. We're stuck.
Yes.
We're stuck
in
the NWO/Attitude Era.
Well, I'm still watching new shit. I was just there. I was at the Netflix premiere if you haven't seen any of the videos. So fucking love me some wrestling current.
Some wrestling current.
Current wrestling is probably
some wrestling current. I like that. It sounds very formal. Some wrestling current. Yeah. Dave Meltzer would approve.
He would approve.
Well, I don't know because you're not talking about AEW, so he might not approve.
Some more sports talk we got here.
More sports talk? More.
We got lots of sports. I told you.
Holy shnikes.
You want to talk? I mean, it's after Christmas. Usually, the NBA season doesn't start till after Christmas. So, NBA season. Have you been watching at all? Any kind of critiques on the NBA season at all? You got anything? Cause I got a lot to say. Not a lot, but I got some.
Well, I'll probably defer to you on this one because I love the NBA. Don't get me wrong. But realistically, I'm starting to love it more and more from a historical perspective. Okay. I'm starting to get more and more. Not saying that I am, but I'm starting to get more and more disconnected from the current game because. Because there's just too many threes being jacked up.
Oh, so you're one of those guys.
Yeah, I think the game needs to be a little bit more varietal. Yeah. I'm still not hitting on it. And when it starts getting close to the postseason, I'll still be all over it. I still like the NBA, but it used to be whereas after Christmas, I was like, okay, now I'll start paying attention to the NBA. But now I'm like,
Well, do you have I honestly don't know I don't know actually what team. Do you follow the Lakers? Is that your team, or do you follow a different team that you like?
Never really had. I was never quite dedicated to it. I mean, sure, it was the Lakers because
like back when it was Kobe, Shaq.
When it was and Kobe after that. Shaq, pretty much all of Kobe's career, I was a Laker guy. Even when I wasn't watching the NBA as much, I was still, because I always liked. It's part of it's living in the area too, I suppose. Yeah. You were always inundated with the Showtime Lakers, and even during the Michael Jordan era, like Jordan was cool, but it was always like there was always that element of the Lakers being out here. And then when Kobe and Shaq got there, it was huge. And then after that, they had the lull, but it was still, Kobe being angry and ornery, which was kind of fun to me. It was kind of fun. Like even though they sucked, he was pissed off and he was still scoring fucking 81 points and shit like that. He was scoring and he was a snake and he was pissed off and it was cool. And then when they started winning again, it's like because they got a team around him, it's like okay, this is what they should have been all along. And he was still a monster and it was just fun to watch. And that's when I would watch all their local games. Now with LeBron, it's not the same, and it should. That's what's weird is it should be. Because LeBron's such a great player.
He is, yeah.
But it's just not like it's
Even at his age, dude, he's
but he doesn't. He doesn't.
crazy.
He doesn't move the needle.
Yeah.
The way Kobe did. And you can see that in the community too, by the way. This isn't just me. In the community, he doesn't move. Kobe had a way about him. And I think LeBron had this in the Cleveland area. But out here it just feels disingenuous.
Yeah,
he's just not there.
Yeah, he came to LA for, personal reasons, not for NBA reasons. It seems like he's just
never moved the needle.
Hollywood.
It's just never moved the needle. Like Kobe was a monster out here. Like he was Jim Brown. He was Joe Montana. He was Michael Jordan. He was Magic Johnson.
He's
he
LA
was
through and through.
But also it was his attitude. He was a killer. He was an absolute killer. And even when his team sucked, it didn't matter. He was still going for your jugular at all times. He was a killer. Yep. And I feel like LeBron, not to the same extent, but he still had that in Cleveland. Like people got behind him and felt like he was a part of the community, and he was a part of. Here, it's just never. It's never.
He's not really like a part of this, community as much. No, he's not. You see LeBron, you think Cleveland, right? You don't think Lakers, really. Even though he won a championship with the Lakers.
I think Miami before I think Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. He goes Cleveland, Miami, then Lakers.
Because also the arc of LeBron's career
Yeah.
is even when he was in Cleveland, he didn't reach that killer level until he got to Miami.
Yeah.
And I actually watched all that shit live because I was following the sport really heavily at the time because I was super into Kobe and the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I also really liked Dwayne Wade because when Shaq went to the Heat, I followed it pretty heavily because, again, he was coming from the Lakers.
Yeah.
And Shaq and Kobe Lakers were dominant. And then when he went to the Heat, I followed it, and all of a sudden you see Dwayne. Yeah. And Dwayne, I'll never forget it. I watched all that finals when they came back from a 2-0 deficit against the Mavericks.
Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. And Mavericks were the number 1 seed. Dirk Nowitzki was the MVP that year. They went up 2-0 on the Heat, and everyone said the Heat were out. All the sports talk shows I watched at the time were like, the Heat are nothing. All of a sudden, Dwayne Wade flips an ungodly switch and just destroys the Mavericks. Just destroys them. And I'm like, this guy is a fucking monster. Yeah. Monster. And so I was a fan of Dwayne Wade after that because just from watching it, like I wasn't a fan of the team, I was just watching the finals because Shaq was there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see Dwayne and it's like, oh, this guy's fucking ridiculous. And it was just fun and cool to watch because everybody counted them out. If you were watching live at that time, everybody counted them out. They were nothing. And then they just came back and he just caught fire and just destroyed him.
Those were the times, yeah.
And so that made me a fan of Dwayne Wade. So I was kind of a pseudo Heat fan because I liked Dwayne Wade. And so when LeBron got there, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. LeBron, Wade, and Chris Bosh to a lesser extent, but
Ray Allen and all that.
And so that was, and so when they lost the first year, the Mavericks, coincidentally, it was like LeBron still hadn't kind of overcome that, that got that monkey off his back, couldn't win a title, and couldn't show up big in big games, even though he did in the Eastern Conference Finals that year.
That
but then when he got to the finals, he got
goose egg, bro. He was bad. He was really
small.
Bad. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden after that, he turned into a killer, like Kobe, like Dwayne was when he beat the Mavericks. And so then it was like, okay, so that's why. Anyway, long story short, that's why I will think of the Heat LeBron before I think of the Lakers LeBron.
Yeah.
Even though he won a title with the Lakers, it's still with the Heat is when he was like at the peak of his powers, and he was obviously as good as he was at the Cavs when he was unguardable, but he also had the killer instinct that he got. I would say from partnering with Dwayne Wade and became more of a killer, like in the mold of a Kobe or a Michael or even a Magic. Magic was a killer too. Larry Bird, Larry Legend. He got that killer instinct. So I think of the Heat LeBron long before I think of the Lakers LeBron.
Yeah. All right. But But if you have if your basketball team, is it the Lakers or you're kind of just like, yeah, maybe so. You're just not following the NBA as much. I mean, their ratings are really down.
That's pretty much it. Like
the
game has changed so much.
Yeah.
Like the game has changed so much that it's hard to follow now until it gets closer to the postseason.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, you gotta like at least be invested in a team.
Honestly, the baseball's the same way. Like
you gotta have a team to invest in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I'm invested in the Cavs, so I've watched a bunch of Cavs games. Right,
the Cavs are great this year.
They're fucking fantastic.
Great.
I watched that Thunder game last week. They're playing again Thursday. The number one in the East, number one in the West,
and they keep playing somehow. They keep playing each other.
Yeah, they keep winning and playing, and just fantastic. Come on,
no, the Cavs.
As long as I said this last year, I think the Cavs could have beaten Boston last year if they were healthy. Could have beat Boston last year if they were healthy.
Boston's tough.
You had Mitchell out. You had Allen out.
Sure.
Mobley was, still starting. Garland was playing his ass off to try and beat that team. I mean,
no, that's why the league to me is going.
If Cavs stay healthy this year, the way they are right now, I think they'll beat Boston this year.
You know, I harped on the 3-point shooting, but what's also hurt the NBA is the load management. That can't go unsung. It has hurt it a lot because there was a time when the regular season just felt so much more important. Yeah. And now it just feels like
it doesn't feel important.
No, it doesn't. It does not. Like it doesn't. Like
everyone's playing for the postseason.
I used to watch. I used to watch on local television. The local sports networks used to watch Kobe play hard every fucking regular season game, and they just don't do that. They
don't do it anymore.
They don't. Nope. When you say they, you're painting a very
like the stars like.
Well, but I mean, there are plenty that still do. What I'm saying is there are still guys like Giannis, right? Like Luka until he gets hurt, or like Steph until he gets hurt. Like there are still LeBron for that matter. They play hard, they do, but just the league as a whole just feels different. Yeah. There's like an intangible element that just is different to where. Now it just feels like it doesn't matter as much until they get closer to the postseason. And once it gets closer to the postseason, you're gonna want to see what the Cavs do. Yeah. You're gonna want to see what what they do against the Celtics and what the Thunder, man. You're gonna want to see can the Thunder maintain this? Yes. Can they? Yeah. And is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to be this good all the way through? There's going to be elements that make the league interesting. It's not that the league's uninteresting. It's just that the regular season. It just doesn't have the weight it used to.
It doesn't. Yeah, it feels kind of diminished the way they've been doing everything. One last thing for sports. We want to do end of the year, like 2024. Best athlete, best sports moment. Best team. We won't do all of that, but in a whole, 2024. What do you think was the best thing overall? Like even moment, or if you want to give in sports, what was the best of that year of last year?
So moments that stick out to me are or things, not even moments, but things that stick out to me are obviously Caitlin Clark being a huge dynamo. She's it just made the WNBA interesting, which is I almost feel bad saying that because the WNBA has had so many great players, so many great stars. When you think about Diana Taurasi, the greatest of all time probably, or at least close to it, Lisa Leslie, there's Candace Parker. There's been the list goes on and on and on, but the league just was never interesting.
The eyes this year have been just spotlighted.
I mean, she's just a lightning in a bottle. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. It is what it is, and people can hate on her for being that, and be like, oh, well, you should have paid attention to all these other places. You might be right on that, but the fact of the matter is that she's still the catalyst, and she's still the superstar. She is the Jordan, the Steph Curry, the Kobe, the Magic, the Larry. Yeah. All of that. She's all of that for that league, and good for them that they have somebody like that. Yeah. And that's what the haters should not take for granted, is that you have your Michael, your Magic, your Larry, your Kobe, your LeBron. You have it. embrace it. Don't try to diminish it by and hate on it because there's other great players in the league. That's great.
It sheds a spotlight on everybody else.
Yeah, when Michael was a god and was bringing all that attention to the league, you had amazing players like Dominique fucking Wilkins, who was a fucking monster. Who was a monster, but he was overshadowed by the god of Michael. When you had Magic and Larry, you had amazing players like fucking Kareem, who was getting old at that point, but he was quite possibly the greatest player of all time. Never brought the attention to the league that Magic and Larry did. Never. And he might be the greatest player of all time. He might be better than Michael, but never brought the attention that Magic and Larry did because of their rivalry and because of their personalities, because Magic was this charismatic figure. He was Hulk Hogan, right? Yeah. And Larry was a salty kind of, it didn't hurt that he was white and mostly black league, but and a great player and a legend and just could play with anybody and was just a salty shit talking, I guess, kind of a heel, if you want to make the Hulk Hogan analogy. Like, he was kind of a heel, but not really, because he was still beloved at the same time, but also kind of a heel. Like, he towed that line. But Kareem might have been better than both of them. Yeah. Kareem might have been the greatest player of all time, but he did not create the... So just because you might have a player you think is better doesn't mean that Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve the love that she gets, because Magic and Larry certainly deserve all the accolades they get because they saved the league. And then they saved the league that Kareem, possibly the greatest player of all time, was already a veteran in. He was old. Mm-hmm. He was already getting old, and they saved his fucking league. True. Doesn't mean that he's not one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player of all time. It just means that Magic and Larry were fucking lightning in a bottle, dynamos.
So I think you have that with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They're them two, both rookies this year. They're in the same class. They're going to be rivals. And I think the rivals are always
Angel
good
Reese,
for people.
Yes, absolutely.
Rivals are always good for whatever league you are on.
And Angel Reese,
have rivals.
Angel Reese is great. I don't think she's quite to the level of.
She's a good defensive player.
Oh, she's not quite to the level of Larry to her Magic. No, right? She's not quite. But the
media pinpoints both of them.
But also
rivals.
But at the same time, we're splitting hairs because that sounds like we're diminishing Angel Reese. It's not that. It's just that Caitlin Clark is more of a singular star in the way that Michael Jordan was, or even LeBron was. The thing about LeBron, though, is that he came after Michael, Magic, Larry, Shaq, and Kobe, stuff like that. The WNBA has never had stars like that. It's just never had it until now. Mm-hmm. And now it does, and so now it has to capitalize on it, and the haters almost act like they don't want them to capitalize on it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You want to? It's okay. We're metalheads, right? So it's very much like the metal community. It's like the haters want it to remain small. Yeah. They don't want someone that's going to blow the roof off.
Why the fuck is this band fucking selling out an arena? What the fuck?
Yeah, no. Let's keep it small. It's just for us. It's just for us. We don't want the mainstream to pay attention.
I don't like this band anymore.
Yeah. It's silly, right? Angel Reese is a great player. She's fantastic. She just doesn't have the mass appeal. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not
it'll get there, right? Because I think she does honestly do have the mass appeal, especially like the social media area. She does, but in basketball, like sports terms,
here's what it strikes me
between them two.
It just strikes me as more negative. It strikes me as more negative. Like it's more hater aspect.
I agree. Yeah, I'm honest here, being honest here. Like, it's the black and white thing. Like, especially with the media. They want to make it a black and white thing.
I don't think the media does. No, I think the social media does.
Maybe the social. I think you're right on that. Maybe it's the social media.
I think the actual media has done a very good job of pointing out that Yes, Caitlin Clark is white, but yes, she is also lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And they have pointed out that fact. Like this has nothing to do with the fact that she's white. It's the fact that she's just her play is more charismatic and more magnetic than that of anybody else. Whether they be black, white, doesn't matter. Yeah. Social media wants to make it a black.
I agree with you there. Social media makes it fucking just.
So look, yes, Caitlin Clark is white. Okay, who cares? She's bringing more attention to that league than they've ever gotten in a 10-year period. She's done it in 1 year.
People pay that the rights are gonna go up because of her probably, and more eyes are gonna attach to other games. Like, look at the last season; their attendance is high up. Their ratings are high up.
They have charter flights.
Like everything.
More money is brought for the league. Like it doesn't matter what color she is. It does not matter.
She's helping women's sports. And I think at the end of like everything, like the best of 2024 is women's sports. Period. Women's sports.
100%. And by the way, she's humble.
Yeah.
She does not have an ego about it. She does not say, "Hey, I'm better than everybody else." She goes about her business and tries to get better on the floor. And by the way, that's exactly what she did, because when she started out the season poorly, all the haters came out. Haters came out. And what did she do? She got better, and by the end,
they were in the playoffs. When we did our episode in Vegas, it was like in April, right? We were kind of predicting, what the women's sports stuff would happen, and we said Caitlin Clark's team would not even make the playoffs, and they did. It was shocking. They did. So.
Well, and that team, she got better as
they fired their coach. So I think they got a new coach.
She got better as the year progressed. She lived up to every single expectation.
Definitely, 100%.
So there's no discussion. To me, there's no discussion of race there unless you want to light a match.
It's just a social media.
It's
stupid shit.
If you want to troll and light a match, you start the racist conversation. Otherwise, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that, look, you have a star. You have to capitalize on that because the league has struggled.
And now they're not. They're trying.
And
boost it. Baby.
And by the way, the star you have, whether she be black or white, will bring so much more attention to fantastic players like Angel Reese, like Brianna Stewart, like the is it alcohol again? The chick that competed in the 3-point contest against Steph Curry.
Ionescu.
Fuck. Sabrina Ionescu, who's again,
fantastic 3-point shooter.
We don't care about her color. She's white, she's black, whatever. She's white. But the point is that nobody cares. Yeah. She's just a great player. It doesn't matter.
I want to see more of that too. I want to see WNBA kind of like integrated into like maybe the All-Star.
That's the exposure. Look,
that's pretty cool.
How long has the WNBA been around now to where we have not given two shits?
How was it? 20, 15 years?
This is a perfect example. Now, to be fair, only 15 people are going to watch this, and that's generous. But
I'll cut it up. Maybe I'll get a little bit more.
But the fact is that nobody cared enough to talk about this fucking league for so long. No. That's not a detriment to the players.
Honestly, I haven't.
The players were not the issue. The players were not the. They had so many great players. It's just there's this organic. There's this organic thing that happens when you have a charismatic star come into your league. It doesn't matter if she's black, white, or pink. It doesn't matter. It's just anything that will help your league. Sabrina Ionescu is a fantastic player, and she brought attention with the 3-point contest. You know what? A lot of that attention was generated by women's college basketball getting more heat in college. And it helps. And by the way, let's move off this subject.
Okay.
That 3-point contest who she competed against was Steph Curry. My 2024 moment was Steph Curry in the Olympics. Come on, man.
Come on now.
That was fucking legendary. Legendary.
Yeah.
Talk about how you put a bow on a career.
Yeah.
Four championships.
A career. Olympic career and entire basketball career.
Four championships. Yeah. MVP, Hall of Famer, and then world stage, just goes out in the Olympics and just says, "Good night.
Good night. Good fight.
Here I am."
Yeah.
And nobody can fucking compete with this.
Badass.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It was a killer moment.
Yeah.
Like we talk about Kobe and Magic and Michael and Larry having killer moments. That was Steph's. It wasn't in the league, but that almost made it better in a way.
Yeah.
Because the Olympics before weren't the basketball power they are now. When the Dream Team was there, they just owned everybody. The world hadn't caught up. Now the world is caught up.
Yeah.
And there's so many great international players. It's silly. It's silly.
There's a lot of.
I mean, the two best players in the league are Jokic and Doncic. Because LeBron's
That's
old.
what the
and Steph Curry's
NBA
old.
All-Star game should be.
And Giannis.
The world versus U.S.
And Giannis, the three best players in the world in the league are international.
Yeah.
Embiid, even though he played for USA.
Yeah.
But like you have Giannis, you have Jokic, and you have Doncic. Those players are monsters. Dude. Steph Curry and LeBron are old. They're old.
They're going to be out of the league in the next 2-3 years.
But then Steph goes in the Olympics and just shuts the door.
Dominates like the last game. Amazing.
That was great.
So that was a great 2024. Women's sports are up there. Steph Curry, boom. Well, sports went long, dude. We can talk sports fucking all night long if we wanted to, honestly. But we got to move on. I got to pee. I got to get another beer. I mean, this is what happens when we do it straightforward. I got to take a piss break.
You could hold it until the end.
Oh, no. I've been holding it for 20 minutes now. I wanted to go.
You can cut here, too.
I could cut here, too. Probably will, but... Piss and beer. Here we go.
Does it matter if you keep the headphones plugged in? Doesn't matter? Okay. I just picked my nose on camera. I want to edit that out.
Beginning segment.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
That's the cold open?
That's the cold open. Okay. Chris picks his nose.
Here's the only problem with the Imperial Stouts is they get you a wee bit drunk. So that's what we're dealing with here. By the way, you see this? Mr. Sacco. Can we have any bigger of a wrestling mark than fucking Steve on this goddamn show? Jesus. Although I'm kind of a mark for that era of wrestling too. That was my era, not this new shit they have going on. Hold on, Sheila. Shh, he's coming back. I want to talk about it. That was a quick piss.
Yeah, I didn't wash my hands either.
Perhaps you should.
Oh, maybe next time. Beer.
I got to piss too.
Alrighty then.
Oh, shit. That stool hurts. Oh, my God. Oh.